Let's expand on that theme, because some of the businesses around Bree Street, Taxi Rank and other affected streets will be closed after yesterday's massive explosion. One person died in the incident and 48 people were injured. And we discuss the impact on businesses with Kganki Matabane of the Black Business Council. Thank you very much, sir, for your time this afternoon. What is it that some of your members have told you?
Good afternoon to you and the viewers. Firstly, we would like to say condolences to the family of the person who died. Secondly, we are wishing the ones who are in hospital and other places who are injured speedy recovery. And again, we hope we'll be able to get to the bottom of this matter. But in doing that, we hope we'll use proper qualified engineers and other professionals so that we don't thumbsuck solutions. And then we come with the solutions that are going to be sustainable for over a long period. You are right to do that. The CBD is mainly a home for small businesses and small businesses, black businesses as well. And obviously, most of the businesses now are closed because you can't access part of the city. And we then hope again that there will be a speedy resolution of this matter so that at least we can reopen, even if maybe you don't reopen the roads as quickly as possible for people to use cars, but at least people can walk in and be able to go to their businesses, but also customers will be able to access the place.
Because the consequences of these businesses being closed reverberate all the way down to some of the employees. Newzroom Afrika's Zola Sholwana in the Johannesburg CBD speaking to some employees whose businesses or their employer have closed doors, saying, well, we don't even know whether it's going to be a situation of no work and no pay. And so in situations like these, what sort of comfort is there for small black businesses to sort of being cushioned against the blow?
Yes, we will be able to have a conversation with the city and try to find ways where there will be a conversation around compensation. How do you help those businesses to be sustainable? Because we've got a high unemployment rate in South Africa. We don't want to increase it by any means. So if we can find each other and find a solution to say, you are not operating because of this that is beyond your control. How do we find each other and meet each other halfway? Because you recall most of the small businesses that are operating there, they don't even necessarily have any insurance. And then this is like something beyond their control. So they couldn't be able to do much. The other issue I want to raise, this we raised again during COVID, because what we have realized is that sometimes some of the politicians, when they see a crisis, they see an opportunity to loot. So we are pleading with those who are in leadership positions, those who will be controlling the budgets for the crisis, to make sure that the money is used for what it's supposed to. It doesn't end up in some other people's pockets.
You mentioned a little bit earlier on that the restoration efforts are going to have to include sourcing people who actually know how to fix the situation and not taking chances. What is your assessment or your understanding of the Johannesburg CBD and the trading conditions of people there? Many have characterized it as a city in decay, meaning it is unsustainable for those businesses to operate in the way they currently are.
Yeah, I think the challenge is because of the overpopulation and the South Africa's inability to control migration. We probably don't even know how many people are there in the city. And that also then will put a lot of pressure on the infrastructure. But also what we have realized is that there has been very, very little or a lot of neglect in terms of maintenance of the cities. Because remember, a lot of the infrastructure there is old, probably maybe 50 years to 100 years old. So what has been missing is also the maintenance, because if you utilize something and you don't maintain it and utilize proper professionals to maintain it, you're running a risk of getting into where we are at the moment. So it's important that we appoint well-qualified professionals with proper experience to be able to get us to the root of the matter, but also advise us as to how do we ensure that the same thing that happened yesterday does not happen again.
Kganki Matabane is the president of the Black Business Council. Thank you very much, sir, for your time this afternoon.